A one, a two, a you know what to do.
Hey guys, and welcome to the channel once again. Today we are watching Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which is a story about a singer and her band going to a studio in Chicago and some fiery plays of power happen. So yeah, stick around. If you like what you see and you like acting and you like movies as much as we do, then like and subscribe and follow us for more content. Yeah, let's do the thing. So, Johnny, talk us through what we're about to watch.
Okay guys, so we are about to watch Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's a new release from Netflix starring Chadwick Boseman and Viola Davis. Some fantastic talent there. It's written by August Wilson, who, if you've seen his other movie, Fences, fantastic. He's a playwright, and I think his work is like second to none.
So the first thing that we're going to be watching is the opening sequence after our first look at Ma Rainey. So just giving us a nice lowdown of the vibe of the film, which it does very well. So should we crack on, give it a watch? Let's
crack on.
I don't know if you can say crack that much.
I am a cracker, so. I'm as white as they come, man. Come on.
3, 2, 1, yo.
I'm on my way, crazy as I can be.
First thing I want to talk about is Viola Davis's voice.
Oh,
God damn, man, that woman can sing.
Which you just don't expect. There's so many performers and so many other tricks up their sleeves.
I mean, it's such a good blues performance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really easy, especially as like an actor, to get sucked into the idea of I have to sing well. So you know, it sounds clean and everything, but that is such a good blues performance because she's not trying to sound like too clean or anything. She's just like, it's about the passion, you know. She's hitting the notes, but it's about the passion and the journey within the song. And it's, oh damn, man, she performs that so well.
Yeah, and throughout as well. Like it's not like a one-off. Like she kills it throughout the whole film, which makes it so much easier to watch.
Yeah, and she's got this like persona that comes out of her when she's singing, and it's so contrary to who she is normally as well.
Yeah.
Like Ma Rainey, not Viola Davis, because they are two. Well, one of them's a character in the film, and the other one's the actress playing her. Yeah. But I clarify that just in case, you know.
Although Ma Rainey was a real person, wasn't she?
She was a real person. She was indeed.
She was. But this is the depiction of. The other thing that we see kind of just after the singing into the kind of opening sequence, if you like, is you hear this undercurrent, which kind of goes throughout the whole film, of this kind of this undercurrent of blues kind of beats and piano stings, and maybe it's a bass, or maybe it's I don't know, music like you can hear in my
playing
audio
right now.
Oh, we didn't add that in. That's my flatmate who's recording, so thank you. Yeah, but that's something that goes on throughout the film as well as this video.
We're gonna have comments just like, what is that honking? Like, people are gonna be like, what's wrong with my speakers?
Johnny, cracker and honky all within the first 2 minutes.
Oh god. The other thing I wanted to talk about is that this, like the last movie we talked about, the Trial of the Chicago 7, this beautifully sets the picture of where we are, like in history and the place where we're going to be. So it's setting the picture of it being like during and just after the Great Migration. Which, in case like people don't know, it's a time in history when the Jim Crow laws were in force in the South of America, and it just made life impossible for black people. Impossible is like an understatement as well. Like they were the horrific laws that were passed in the South of America, and essentially the northern states all said like, hey, come here, we like you. Which, you know, it was true to a certain extent because the Jim Crow laws weren't in force. But of course, you know, black people still encountered challenges and issues within those states that they migrated to. But yeah, that's the Great Migration. A little history lesson for people.
Which, if you want to learn more about, there is a writer called Richard Rothstein who released a book called The Color of Law, and he actually depicts over a series of years. He kind of paints a picture of where the segregation happened and how it was actually not so much individuals being racist, but actually it was governmental pressure that allowed so much segregation and discrimination among the people. So, very interesting read. 3, 2, who's calling me? Is that me? Oh, that's my mom.
Answer it to your mom.
My mom's calling me. No, mom's. Hang on. I'm just gonna answer this.
Text messages. Hi, Ben's mom.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, my camera's not working.
It's me. You get the call at the
Mom, I'm gonna have to call you back because I'm in the middle of filming something. Is that okay?
Sorry, I'm disconnecting.
Okay.
Disconnecting.
That's not how she hangs up the phone all the time, by the way. I'm disconnecting. Let me put my phone on silent. How unprofessional of me. Right, what were we doing?
But yeah, like I was saying, this brilliantly sets up the atmosphere that the characters are experiencing at this time in history, so that we can better understand kind of where their heads are at. Without them having to do it through dialogue, which would be clumsy.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's the point of film if you can't do it through film? Cool. So a couple of things that I liked and also didn't like about the opening sequence are the moments where we see pictures that are obviously graded to look very old, and there are kind of this surreal moment where the pictures kind of come alive and they look at the camera, and I really like that. There's one moment where they do like a clip art transition where you kind of pan into the movie theater and then it cuts to a random flash and then it cuts to the stage, and I understand we needed to transition from the old stuff to the new, but it felt clumsy to watch it a little bit. I don't know if you felt the same.
No, I agree. I think that's one of those moments where you watch it and unless you're looking for something, it does, or like you work in editing like you do, it doesn't bother you as much. But for me, it's one of those moments where it's like, we have a limited amount of time, a limited amount of budget to pay special effects guys to do this. And those special effects guys are going, oh shit, how are we transitioning from this bit to this bit? Flash to white, okay.
And that's exactly what it felt like. It just kind of like, the image just moved closer and then it was like blurry and then it disappeared. I was like, yeah, I've done the same thing.
It's to me, it's not an explosion on the special effects guys. It's one of those things where you run out of time and you don't have the budget, and it's just like, you know what, something really easy can solve this, and it's not the biggest problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I also want to make a point. I'm not working on these movies. I'm not booked to the level that these people are. I'm never talking these people down. Just there are some things that I personally don't like. Okay, just
Ben needs a job.
Please hire me. The other thing I wanted to mention, and I think Johnny, I feel like you'll have some interesting things to say about this, is how. And this is partly direction, and this is partly obviously the phenomenal performance from everybody that we have here, is in just, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 looks, we get the dynamics of the entire group within less than 30 seconds.
I was literally going to say that, yeah. Like, you understand, like, without having to watch the whole movie, without having to, in those few little looks, in those few little moments, you understand exactly where everyone stands and what their overriding kind of need is throughout the movie. Ma Rainey, she is just looking to perform, she's looking to do her thing, and she's the kind of the queen of the stage. She's, as they call her, the mother of the blues. And then you've got Levy, played by Chadwick Boseman, who, as soon as he comes on stage, there's something different about him, and he's checking out this girl who's obviously, checking him out. So you can tell he's a little bit kind of like, he's a little bit of a horn dog. And then you see the way the band looks at him, and then you can tell that there's contention between them. And then the second he takes the stage, the interaction between him and Ma, and even though that, I'll tell you what, on my first watch, even though that hey she gives is part of the song, I was like, oh shit, she's gonna call him out on stage. I was like, oh no. which she doesn't, obviously, because she's a professional, but at the same time, like, it's delivered that well and it's directed that way that you understand, oh, okay, this guy is trying to take her crown, these guys are just trying to do their job, you know, and you can tell that you can tell exactly what everyone's relationship is and where they stand.
Yeah, 100%.
To burn a hole in his pocket.
Well, he's supposed to be here at 1 o'clock.
That's some good Chicago bourbon.
Look here, Cutler. I got me some shoes.
Okay, pause. Pause. Pause.
Sorry, I was genuinely enjoying it too much. Where did you?
Okay.
I was just watching the movie again.
Chadwick Boseman's fucking smashing this out of the park, really, isn't he?
Come
like,
on.
absolutely owning it. Like, he's got a job to do in this, and it's this character is really kind of like a trope that runs through theatre. You see this all the time in plays. You know, it's the puck in Midsummer Night's Dream. You know, things like that. It's this character that comes in and is there to disturb the peace. You know, they're there to cause a bit of a ruckus, and that could be for good, that could be for bad, but they essentially, whenever they come onto the stage, they are owning the space.
Yeah.
And that's like the big bit of direction that you've just got to give an actor. You need an actor who is confident in their ability, who is confident in what they do, and is able to just come in and just absolutely subvert the scene and own the space. And right now, everything that starts happening is because of Levy's entrance. Before that, the band was getting on with relative harmony. You know, they were talking, they were joshing, but it was harmonious. And now he comes in, he disturbs that, and he tips the scales. And it's really interesting to watch, because what you've got is one actor, him, who's doing a phenomenal job of just owning the space and being big and bold and everything. But then you've got these three other actors who essentially have to act like a Greek chorus with each other. But they have to balance that, so they have to balance that scale, but not sort of like come up to his level, which is really interesting to watch. So you've got these three other characters who are playing on a lower level than he is, but somehow they balance it so that the scene doesn't kind of like tip over.
Yeah, and they do a really good job in terms of the writing, where the characters, their whole role and their whole goal really is to diffuse the situation. For them, they're just there to do a job, and they want everyone to get along so they can record the thing once and go home. And Levy is not in any way wanting the same goal there. So that's what you see, is you see these guys who laugh about everything and joke about everything. And it's not because these things are flippant to them. They have some very key morals and things that they want to get across. But they need that tension to go away, because it makes it hard to work.
That's it. And it's why, you know, they're saying, you know, they're constantly saying it's studying you, because it's just like, you know, they're trying to, at the same time as having a joke with him, they know if they kind of like play up to it, then he's gonna go up and up and up and up, and they're never gonna bring him down again, because they need him to just get on with his job so they can get paid for the day.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting to watch, and it's amazing to watch Chadwick Boseman, who, you know, everyone knows him as T'Challa, Black Panther, which is quite an understated role when you watch it, even though there's lots of big action and everything. When you watch him play it, it's incredibly understated. It's so interesting to watch him play something like this, where he is just having some fun.
Yeah. And cleaning up in the meantime.
Okay, pause. 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 There we go. It was just, don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think this is where the divide happens in audiences a little bit, because this is the film, right?
And I love that. That's my favorite thing.